It's time. We're starting. So do not change your channel. It's us. Yes, we're here. Hooray!
Hello!
How are we all doing tonight?
Hey, we're a shape. I like shapes.
You're a shape?
Let me start with, hi, I'm Menthy. I'm a streamer. Wait, no.
Wrong show.
Wrong one.
Shit, I'm sorry, wrong show.
Yes, I am Straight Jacket Jim. Thank you for joining us tonight. We have got a few more legends that are on tonight. Yes, hello Gamma. As always on a Wednesday night, we're joined by Natty up in the corner there. Next to her, we've got Menthonzo. I'm going to go down below me at the moment because I want to leave the special new person for last so we can do a proper introduction. But we've got Reflex below me. And then, of course, him, hello. And then, of course, new to the GOA team, Hidden Squid, G. She has joined us as our social media person, and very nice to have you here tonight.
Thank you very much. Glad to be here.
Yes. And if you didn't notice by that little cheeky point from Menthonzo there, they are in the same room because they are married. Apparently,
he's in her house and she hasn't figured it out yet.
That's exactly right. The call is coming from inside the house.
I'm not stalking, I swear.
No, she's stalking you, Menthy. Run! Well, yes, welcome to the team, G.
Thank you. I'm happy to be a part of it, finally. Been a while.
That's it, you've been around for a while, just officially joining the team now.
Yes, definitely.
So what made you want to join us, motley crew here?
Yes, Alex.
Yes.
But all of your shenanigans that you get on with is great to kind of watch happen. And look, not going to lie, social media needed a little bit of help, and I was happy to put my hand up and kind of brighten things up a little bit. So we can finally do that for you guys.
Awesome. Thank you. Thanks for joining us. And we do have some shenanigans, and I'm glad that you can put up with them because Menthy's like a good 69% of our shenanigans. Yeah.
I'm thankful you use 69%.
Yeah.
If there was an award for it, it would be shit stirrer extraordinaire. But
Oh yeah, 100%.
Yeah.
there's only so much room on my print bed for that. I can't actually give him that medal yet, but we will soon.
Get there. Official GOA Awards. Official shithead Menthy. Done. We needed.
Jesus.
We should have put.
I will wear that as a badge of honor.
Yeah. We should have put that on his GOA shirt instead of his name.
Would you like it printed in skin pink?
Anyway, so we've got a bit to talk about tonight. So we're actually gonna combine both shows into one tonight. We've got the potty, and then we're going to talk about some nuts and bolts stuff with some esports news afterwards. But first of all, I had an experience when I was playing Guardians of the Galaxy, which is a top-notch, really, really fun game if you guys want to play it. But there was a couple of things that kind of irked me a bit. Like there was one mission in particular where I was falling into the scenery. Like nothing that made me die or anything, but I was just like, where is the collision detection here gone? But And I've seen a couple of people talk about it on Twitter and whatnot, and the completionist mentioned it in his video that he did of it. But there was, I don't know, the general feeling of the game is that it's a really awesome game. And I like to back that up because I had a lot of fun playing Guardians of the Galaxy. But it kind of made me think, why does a game like Guardians of the Galaxy get a pass on some of the bugs that are in it, but games like Cyberpunk don't? And there was probably a little bit more around Cyberpunk with a little bit of the deception that they had in their reviewing process and whatnot. But like, so many people gave up on Cyberpunk because of the bugs, but they didn't on Guardians of the Galaxy, and the press around that has been mainly positive. I don't know why that is.
I dare say money, yes, but I'd also dare say that, correct me if I'm wrong, but the hype for Cyberpunk was a lot bigger than the hype for Guardians of the Galaxy. Like Cyberpunk had been hyped up for 2 years, 3 years, if not more.
Try 10.
There was kind of there you go.
Yeah.
And there was kind of a certain expectation of it to be a good game.
And on the flip side of that, going with the whole publishing and marketing thing, I had no idea and that's not just because I don't read media news, but I had no idea until about a day or two before it released that there even was a Guardians game coming. Like it was just, hey, here you go. Like, oh Jesus, thank
I
you.
think because they only announced it. Was it in E3 where it got announced? I think.
I think
This year,
yeah, I think it had like maybe a 3-month kind of announcement time.
Yeah, so there wasn't long between announcement and launch, so that could be a contributing factor as well. And I think, yeah, maybe a different sort of, like you say, like Cyberpunk got announced at the end of the Xbox 360's life, you know, and so there was a lot of expectation around that. Whereas
Wow,
3
was it
months,
really that long ago? Holy
Yeah,
a long
yeah.
time, dude.
Yeah,
long
like-
time.
they announced, I think I saw a graphic somewhere that said a whole console generation had come and gone while Cyberpunk was in development.
And Grand Theft Auto 5's had 3 of those generations.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And they're having some problems too.
That's going to be the next thing I say is like we're giving other games a pass, but you know, I kind of take back what I said about money being, you know, the biggest studio going, hey, here's a game. Oh, it's shit. Yeah, but we have money. Whereas, you know, CD Projekt, they have Polish money. Not that that's any, you know, less currency viable or whatever the word is. But, like, Rockstar, like, is that a big shit show because it wasn't Rockstar that made it? Because the whole Grand Theft Auto series has been game-changing. It is the yardstick for, you know, GTA clone. So why is that copping so much shit? Like, would it cop less shit if Rockstar made it? Is it copping more shit because a smaller production house made it? Is it just copping shit because it was given a, hey, 3 weeks notice, here you go. You know, it had less of an announcement time than Guardians. You know, Guardians was, yeah, how you going? And you know, Grand Theft Auto is kind of similar.
It could be expectations around the game as well, because I know when it got announced, Guardians of the Galaxy was kind of, everybody was a little bit hesitant because most people only know the Guardians franchise from the movie. And I think in the comics, it was a little bit different in how the team up worked. So if you were a fan of the comics, the movie was slightly different. And I think everybody was sort of expecting it to be like more like the movie, even though it's separate from the movie. And so they were hoping for a lot of like licensed music and stuff like that, which they thought they weren't going to do in the game. And they did. And they did the music really well. And all the story and the characters in it are just so heartwarming. So I think that gets it a little bit of a pass as well. And there aren't a lot of bugs in it, I'll give it that. But there are like more than one person, and there's a particular sort of dreamlike sequence where you're on a farm, and pretty much everybody I've spoken to who've played the game have walked off into the crops and whatnot and managed to get to like a matte painting of the background where you can't go any further. And it's
I haven't even played the game and I know of that.
Yeah.
That kind of tells you something.
I think as well, the most recent MCU game in people's minds is The Avengers, and that didn't get the greatest reviews, so maybe there was a bit of tempering from that as well in the case of Guardians.
I think in the case of GTA, with Flexi talking about that, it's you kind of expect a remaster or a remake or whatever you want to moniker it as to be better than the original. It wasn't.
Yeah.
It isn't. It is a mess.
I was so excited for Vice City to be remastered, and I've been told not to get it. It's just a waste of money because it's the exact same as what it used to be. Like, nothing's changed. I'm like, oh, that's a real shame.
I have played it. I have a copy of it. It's okay. The story's there. The voice acting is all still there. Everything's still there. They just look like cartoonified Disney Snapchat filters.
Yeah.
Like, it's not good.
What I've been told.
Yeah, no, I'm good, thanks.
And I think that's what it might come down to a bit as well, especially with those older games. Like, is it a remaster, a remake, or just a straight up port? You know, because Mario 3D All-Stars that got released last year that had Mario 64, Mario Galaxy, and Mario Sunshine on it were all just sort of... They were ports. Like, I don't think there was even that much graphical upscaling in it, which really, if you're going to want to play a game and it's old, maybe at least update the models a bit and maybe tweak a little bit under the hood. But, yeah. And then you've got shining examples like FF7 Remake that... they've split it up into a few different chapters, but from everything I heard, it was amazing.
Yeah. I think with what you're talking about, Zulu has the best quote on this ever. You want to play a remake or a remaster, and you want to play it and see it like you remember seeing it, not like how it actually was. Because how it actually was like giant blobs on the screen. You want to have the vision of it that you had when you were playing it at the time.
I don't
the Crash Bandicoot games. Like old 90s version was pretty much how you remember the remaster. The remaster was done so beautifully and so well, and brought back my entire childhood. But if I was to go back and play the 90s version, it's like, oh god, the graphics are
yeah.
It's interesting because, speaking of Zulu, he did a review on a game that I'm just going to look up because it was a very recent one that I was reading, and it was about a game from the 80s, I think it was, that he loved. It was like a bomber management sort of game. But his review of it was, this is basically the same game from the 90s with no change on it, and I don't like it now because it's just old and it doesn't...
Old, dated, and the nostalgia just doesn't kick in.
Yeah, that's it.
Sounds like a certain cricket game that one of our friends may or may not have reviewed.
Shall we read that?
I completely agree with Gamma. The Tony Hawk Pro Skater remaster that was done recently, beautiful. That was beautiful. But as far as bugs go, bringing it back to our original, discussion, that was minimal bugs too. So certainly can be done. I know we were talking about remakes and things, but one thing that one of my friends this week complained about, he reinstalled Skyrim and had a game-ending bug.
That game is known for it.
Exactly, and that's an example of another game that just got a buy. Because I can't play Skyrim, I can't play open world games anyway. But open world games in general, because they're so big, do get, I think, a lot more leniency when it comes to bugs.
Yeah, I think it can kind of come full circle as well to the age-old concept of delay it until it's right. But I mean, you look at, to go back to Cyberpunk, that was delayed multiple times and it still wasn't right.
Yeah.
Like, you had that expectation that, okay, if the developers are straight up going to delay a game to fix these problems, and these problems don't get fixed, then there's a problem.
Yeah.
So has anybody had a recent experience with sort of bugs in new games that are coming out?
Not necessarily coming out, but I did have one in WoW recently where it was literally as the new expansion had dropped. There's things in the game that are called Mythic Dungeons that are essentially timed, and it's a challenge to get through them. They're difficult. And I was doing a relatively high one where all of a sudden I just fell through the ground, couldn't restart the game to reset. I literally had to... There's a feature in the game where you physically have to hit a reset button, and it takes you to somewhere completely random in the world. And it, like, for a brand new expansion, you kind of expect a little bit better than that.
Yeah.
You were so mad.
I had an experience with AoE 4, and this was something that the competitive scene found out really quickly. For those of you who know AoE, you can collect relics, and if you take them back to your castle or your church or whatever, you get gold for it. One of the races, you could pick up and move the relic and store it in a different building, and it would count like it was still in the first building, and also be giving you gold for being in the second building. And so you could get mountains of gold just by moving it from building to building. And that's, again, a relatively new game, but they hot patch that straight away. And I think that's another thing maybe that's different with video games now. They used to ship on a disc or a cart, and you couldn't fix bugs, whether now, if you release something and it's buggy, we'll patch that, fix that.
Superman 64, I'm looking at you.
It's a lot easier to be lazier these days when it comes to this kind of stuff because you can just roll it out later.
Yeah.
Well, I think there's a lot of... Sorry. I was
just going to say, I'd like to show a clip here.
I think I know exactly what clip this is, too. I'm pretty sure I know what clip this is.
So Pete, just after Doom Eternal came out, Pete was playing it on our channel one night, and just at some point, there you go, falls through the floor, and just...
But see, the funny thing is, him falling through the floor there, he actually falls through to the next section of the level. So he straight up bypasses doing a complete way of monsters, falls through and doesn't even realise where he is.
Yeah.
It's great.
But the problem, I think what happened in the end was because he did his chainsaw right on the steps there. Somehow that's clipped him through the steps, and he's just fallen all the way down.
Speedrun strategies.
Yeah, that's it. Speedrun.
Yes.
That's secret.
Yeah, that's it. Just got to find a way to...
Did you have any?
Clips and games today. I mean, this is the one I'll talk about a little bit later on.
Do you want to talk about it now?
Kind of. Can I just say it, please? God damn, please let me say it.
Do it.
Okay, good. All right. So, a lot of people, especially in my my ring of friends that are all gamers, know of this little franchise called Battlefield. From 1942, Battlefield Vietnam, Bad Company 2, 3, 4, 1, 5, because that's numerically correct. They thought, hey, let's go back to the near future. Yeah, sure, sweet. We'll call it Battlefield 2042 because that's when we plan on fucking finishing it. So they rolled this game out, Battlefield 2042. Everyone was hyped for it. They even gave us a beta early access release. Now, those of you who understand development probably know what I'm going to say, but those of you who don't, there are things called forks. And a fork in a development path is, think of a timeline, right? You've got a timeline from start to finish. As you're going through production, you get to a point where you're happy, and you can fork off that and turn that into a ready-to-go production run while not messing with the original timeline. You can fork until you've run out of forks and move to spoons. Just kidding, not a thing. So you fork your way through to victory, and that's not a euphemism. You get yourself your beta out, throw it out to the community. The community says, hey, I hope the main game's not like this. Now, I read that the early access beta version of 2042 was, and I'm going to say it again, forked off from a version that was 30 or 40 builds from where they were at the time of the beta going on, the month early. So the version that we got probably would have been an early 2021 build, January, February, somewhere around there. That was the first point that it was kind of like, yeah, hey, this is playable. We'll give them a couple maps. Just kidding, we'll give them a map and then send it out the door. And yeah, okay. It played for a Battlefield beta game. It's exactly what you kind of expect for it. Tanks, planes, shooting, capture the point, do all this shit. It was a Battlefield game. But it just wasn't memorable. There was no drive to want to come back to it after the beta. I know people that outright cancelled their pre-orders from the beta. And I said, I mean, that's all good. Yeah, it's all good for you to go and do that. But, just keep in mind, it's an early beta. And the thing that the world of games has gotten into these days is a mindset of early access is release. No, shut up. It's not. Stop using that. It's clearly written all over their site. You enter this at your own loss of time, realistically, because you lose a lot of time in a beta. You enter this at your own free will.
That's right. Early access, when used well, is a great tool especially for indie devs to try and play test their game a bit. Because
indie devs, 100%.
Oh yeah,
absolutely.
Yeah.
Now EA, LJ, friend of the channel, everybody here knows LJ, made a very good point, which I hadn't actually kind of put two and two together. I knew it. I knew what he said was correct, but I just hadn't actually thought about it. So every game of the last, from AAA developers in the last 2-3 years has had a pay more for early access week before bullshit. And people are like, oh, fuck yeah, Amex Black that shit. And they get straight in for the first week, get to some stupid level, And then when all the 12s join, because they can't afford it because they spend all their money on V-Bucks and Fortnite, get in on the regular release date, they start playing at level 1, get absolutely dicked by these level 30s and 40s, and then never come back again, and then everyone gets upset that it's all these sweaty dudes running into each other in a field, kind of like rugby. So, they go and do all this for a living. And then, EA have made their money. They're like, yeah, cool. We're sort of guys, we'll give you some content here and there, no problem, all good. But they never really fulfilled their dream. Now, my problem with Battlefield is that they said, here's a big fuck-off picture of what we're going to give you. And then we're just going to drip-feed it to you bit by bit by bit by bit. Now, I have 3 major concerns with this game. The whole reason I have both uninstalled and refunded it. Both copies, because I gifted one to someone for winning a prize over on my channel. He messaged me last night going, hey bro, I'm probably never going to play this. You're welcome to refund it. I appreciate the it's yours. It's like, okay, sweet. Refunded it. Steam approved both the gift and my refund. So, cool, $200, done deal. So, my 3 main issues, starting from least of a problem to most. First one, the music. So fucking depressing. My God, I know war wasn't a fun time, but come on. Like every other Battlefield title, dun 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 dun, dun and so on. You're like, yeah, fuck yeah, fight. This is just like, or something. It's depressing. It's like, yeah. Like there's a cutscene where you're in the back of one of the fucking airbirdie things, and the dude's like, oh, come on, go on. And the music's playing. You're like, I just want to fucking kill myself. I don't want to go out there and fight. I'll do it. I'll do their job for them. I'm done. It's boring. The music's like not inspiring. You're just like, oh great, I'm in a sandy. I don't even like sand. It's coarse and gets everywhere. So they go through all this shit where they get out of this crappy fucking boat plane thing, and the music's crap, and everyone's depressed, and it's windy because for some reason tornadoes are now the fucking thing of the game. Tornado and rockets and shit's going off. And if you think I'm being dramatic, no, it's like that. It's just unnecessarily busy. Like, I know war's a busy time, but a tornado this many times? I know global warming's tough, but come on.
SimCity with natural disasters.
Yeah, to times 10. Like, there's a patch for that. No, fucking hell. So, first one is the music. Not so good. Second one is general UI and, like, modifying your weapons and just... I don't care about what you're actually modifying it with. That's fine. It's war. You don't want to be running around in a fucking pink flamingo unicorn suit or whatever. So I don't need the flashy colors. But if I want to modify a weapon, like, I'll put in some optics on it, I'll put an under-barrel grip on it, and, maybe I'll change the texture of it so it looks cool. Sure. Click this, go here, do that, do this, do this, do this, do this, do this, do this. Can I do that here? No, fuck off to another menu. But I can see my weapon there. I've gone to armory, I've gone to weapon. Yeah, you want customization. Why can't I do it here where I can see the weapon? No, you need to go over there, turn left at the last guy who asked the same question, and down on the far right, next to the room where all of your hope is gone, walk past it because you ain't getting that back, and then turn left at the last guy who tried to give a shit.
That sounds like well, it sounds like Anthem as well. Like to try and
probably.
Get in, yeah, trying to do any like not even just customization, but like trying to frickin' just change weapons. You had to load into a whole separate area to do. You couldn't just be out in the open world, which was great. I love the open world, but you just couldn't change your freaking weapons while you were out in the field. You pick up the new shiny and you go, great, I want to have this. Nope, you got to go back to the city and equip it and just, yeah.
Am I safe to say that it's easier to customize guns in Tarkov than it is to customize guns in Battlefield? And that is saying something.
Yes, it is.
Tarkov is a hard game. Tarkov is a complicated as shit game. Battlefield should be simple in comparison.
Who made Anthem?
EA. BioWare.
I wonder.
Yeah.
So what you're saying is we fundamentally have Anthem 2 without the shitty suits. Yeah. Okay. So no, that's the second one. It's just the UI usage is a fucking shit show. It's not fun. Like you don't know if you've equipped something. You've equipped something, but it hasn't worked. There's no apply. It's just click, click, click. Fuck, I hope that worked. Go into the game. Oh, it didn't. Great. Now I'm left with an unsilenced rifle and a hammer made from a banana. Like, this is no good to me. What am I going to... I can't even eat it. It's a hammer. Like, it's frozen. Fuck off.
What's your third point?
Third point, which was the one that I was excited for the most, which is I literally uninstalled on stream partway through, mid-game. I was like, this is ridiculous. Battlefield Portal, which was meant to be the do what you want, sandbox Battlefield editor, whatever your mind can think up, you can do. Which apparently was a little bit too fucking much for the engineers at EA. Because I thought building a server, which is something this guy can do, it would make sense to put it in a region useful to me. Right? 30 milliseconds. I get 30 to 40 milliseconds from New Zealand to Australia. You know, you guys get around that, depending if you're in the same city, maybe a bit further out. If you're in the same city, it's a lot less. I know that much. Why am I on the east coast of the US? Why?
180?
197. 197. Multiple times.
Jesus.
That's not important in a first-person shooter, is it?
Latency? Fuck no. Turn your monitor off and hope for the best. Death Taxi does. Why can't we?
Yeah, so, Death Taxi also got bronze in Halo, but that's another story.
Battlefield Portal was meant to be the, be-all, end-all, like, hey, if you don't like the game, at least you can go back to the other games, kind of, because we've given you 1942, Bad Company 2, Battlefield 3/4 assets. Have fun with it. Before that became a thing, people were abusing the system, which was just setting up XP farming, which was what I initially thought, my naive childish self thought, hey, this is cool, 20 versus 108 zombie mode. Yeah, no, we were the farm. They were just using us for XP, and here we were running at them with knives out going, haha, look at me, I'm a zombie, when can I be the gunner? You can't, you're not their friend, get out. So that was fun for about an hour before I realised. And then we started to look into it a bit more and thought, well, hey, those who know me here in chat and Discord and Twitch know that I was the tournament manager for GOA. Used to run events for them, all kinds of things. Hosting the server was something I would often have to do to make things correct, so the game modes were correct. I would never, ever dream about building a server in fucking Poland and expecting my Australian friends to play. That is ridiculous. So, I know people say, oh, but Battlefield Portal, like, where does it say in the terms and conditions that you'll be able to choose where the server's hosted? Well, it doesn't. But who the hell who has the mindset of knowing what a server is and what this particular server does for a game is going to know that, oh, what's that little red 192 mean? Oh, it must be nothing. Why my bullets feel slow? No, come on. So, thanks for my $200 back, dickheads. Moving on.
Wow. Legit 200? Was that like special super fancy
two copies.
edition?
Two copies, $100
two
a copy.
copies.
Still, that's
I
pretty
gifted
steep.
I gifted one for making a video of me popcorn over my head. He won, and then I bought one because I'm an idiot. So I got a refund on both.
Well, it's good though, because it meant you could refund it.
Yeah.
Before you got your hopes up when the real game came out.
Well, I'm glad I did it through Steam, because I know their refund process is a lot easier than EA's.
Yeah,
EA's like, we have your money. Can I have it back? What money? You just said you had it. I don't know. Why are you rushing?
It's gone.
Yeah. So that's Battlefield for you. Take my words, give it a year, buy it for a Christmas sale, and be disappointed. We all were. Have fun.
Yeah. Tell you what, it's a stark contrast though to the Halo multiplayer launch, which is just quietly, well, not so quietly, because I will talk about it to the end of the earth, is how good is Halo multiplayer? It's so much fun.
The one thing...
It's good nostalgia, I'll tell you that right now.
The one thing, by trade, I'm a systems engineer and I use Microsoft products in and out. And I know Microsoft don't make the best decisions at times, but if this wasn't one big fuck you to the other two, Call of Duty Vanguard and Battlefield, just going, hey, I see your games, watch this. Yeah. And they just dump it right in the middle. And everyone just flies to it, like flies to a poop. and now the others are out of there.
Yeah.
Yes!
Yeah, it's
Right in the
brilliant.
face!
Because granted, it's a Halo game, and you look at Halo games, and not much change between the multiplayer between the versions.
Doesn't need to.
That's
Not
the
broken.
thing. Exactly. It doesn't need. If it ain't broke, don't fix it. But like, I literally, I can tell you right now, when I launched up that game and just heard the menu music, I'm just getting goosebumps talking about it now. Like, you just, it's something to do with that whole mindset of linking music into games,
Yes.
and it's just
But then
Nostalgia.
all
101.
the
Do it right.
custom map stuff you can do in it as well. Like, I'm going to show another clip here because we had a bit of a play amongst ourselves, on Sunday. And I've got a clip here that I did from my own channel about it because, like, we were playing with like 400% movement, like
it was so much fun.
ridiculous movement,
We
and
called it Triple
like
P, which it might be.
Yeah.
Triple P.
it was crazy, man. Like, it just.
Come here, yellow man.
That's it. It just.
but not for the reason you think. I'm just laughing too hard.
Yeah, it was
Wait, are
ridiculous.
you talking about
Everything
custom
feels so
matches
slippery.
working on a server with an appropriate
Yeah.
thing for the people playing?
I
What?
know. I know.
Free! For free!
Yeah, for free. That's the
Yeah.
best part about it. As Flexi said,
That's
up
it.
yours.
Not just
Right.
free on Games Pass,
How?
but
Just
free
blur and everyone
for
died.
everybody.
Free on
It's
Steam. Yeah.
yeah. It was crazy, but it's just ridiculously good fun, and that's what you want for a game, man. Like,
Yep.
I love how we just see you fall to your own death at the end there. That's
yeah.
perfect.
Oh, that's
Best way to end that.
that was just what you did. Like, you hit a ramp at 400% speed, and you just got air, and it was like, I must go. My planet needs me. But it was just so much fun. Yeah. But it's. I think a few streamers, have been getting, or at least influencers, have been getting early access to the campaign. I think, haven't they?
Yeah. So from what I heard, about a week ago, maybe just under a week ago, there's a bunch of streamers and a bunch of, and I'm going to use this term very loosely, content creators that got access to the Halo campaign prior to, people that actually review these games for a living, which, I mean, I personally think is an absolute load of bullshit. From what I know, reviewers are getting access to the game at the end of this month, so they've got essentially a week to wait, and then the game comes out in, 9 days. Yeah. So they have to punch through a campaign, which we're expecting to be a pretty big and pretty story-driven campaign, in less time than content creators and streamers have had it. And you'd think there would be embargoes and stuff where they can't actually stream this content. I could be wrong, but usually there is. But yeah, it's kind of doesn't sit well with me. That kind of segues a little bit into the topic that I wanted to talk about. Stay off the internet for the next 2 weeks. So someone has leaked every single cutscene in the Halo single-player campaign. It's not going to be multiplayer until next year, supposedly. Yeah, so if you're a Halo fan, it's just Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, don't touch it for 2 weeks, because one way or another, some cuck is going to ruin the game for you. Personally, the person that leaked these videos should be drawn and quartered. That's just me. I think that's just like the lowest form of low that you can do as a gamer. And these people purely aren't gamers if they're doing this kind of shit. Like, I know if I got early access to that game, I'd probably, I wouldn't even tell my friends about it because I wouldn't want to ruin it for them. Because they would hunt you down and they would kill you.
Unless you've got them to sign some form of, like, you actually won't kill me if I tell you, please. Form.
Yeah.
Is it?
Yeah. Here's a spoiler waiver. Sign.
Yeah. It's a special kind of NDA. You agree not to kill me when I spoil this for you.
Yeah.
No death agreement.
Yeah. Hey.
It's still an NDA.
Yeah.
But yeah, don't touch the internet if you have, or if you see something Halo, don't even look at it. Scroll past it. Don't click on comments. Avoid it like the Black Plague, because you will ruin it for yourself. I know Jane has already said in our Discord that if she has anything ruined for her, she will hunt you down and kill you. And her husband's a copper becoming a detective. She has those skills.
She has the resources.
If it's
That's
you,
true.
hide.
Yeah.
It's true.
And let's face it, a good Facebook stalking will find someone these days. Unless you're one of those people that, don't want to give your your information to the metaverse and aren't on Facebook. But it's
avoid it. Just don't touch anything. If you're a true Halo fan and you don't want things ruined, hide.
Well, see, and like, why? I don't like spoilers at the best of time. Like, even when we're talking about movies, I'll watch the trailers and that'll be it. And I will try and watch things as soon as I can to avoid spoilers, because I don't want them. Like, I remember years ago, like, there was we're back when Walking Dead was actually still good. There was a page I followed for The Walking Dead, so yeah, I know it was a while ago.
Long time ago.
Yeah.
I don't think I had a TV then.
But anyway, this page put up a spoiler. Like, this was an official AMC page, put up a spoiler for the death of a character in the show before it had even finished screening in the US. We hadn't even gotten it here yet, and they put it up. And it was just like, why?
I think we've probably discussed this before, but I think in terms of TV shows, probably a week and a half. In terms of games, mate, 6 months.
Yeah.
And even then, you preface it with spoiler alert.
Yeah.
Yeah, I spoiled Final Fantasy VII for somebody like 10 years after it was released.
No, that's not a spoiler.
And I have been extra careful ever since then.
At that point, that's on them.
Yeah. Yeah, look, if they've told me I'm playing FF7 for the first time, I'd be careful around them. But if but if it's just in general conversation, you're talking about FF7 and you go, spoiler alert, Eris gets a sword through the chest, then...
Wait, what?
Wait, what? I haven't played it. Are you kidding me? No, I'm not going to play it.
It's my favourite.
I know, she was my favourite too. Like, I was leveling her as a freaking healer all the way up to there, and then she dies, and I'm going, well, shit, now I've just lost... Now I've just lost all that effort I put into leveling her.
I was playing the game with a friend who was taking me through it, and just before we got there, she's like, just unequip everything off of Eris, and I'm like, oh.
Yeah.
I think the thing is, you just get so emotionally invested, whether it's games, like in characters, but even in TV shows and movies, you just get so invested in the storyline and your favourite characters in TV shows. Like, I mean, for me, especially Grey's Anatomy, like, everyone dies, basically, but you don't know who, you don't know when, but you still get emotionally invested in each and every bloody character.
How is that not the tagline of the show? I've never heard Grey's Anatomy and nearly everybody dies. Just wait.
Expect everyone to die. Or no.
Grey's Anatomy,
you're dead.
Wasn't there an episode there was an episode of Grey's Anatomy where someone got hit by a falling helicopter or something?
Oh, no, parts of a plane.
Oh, yeah, that's right. I don't care, but fair.
It's like helicopter? I don't remember that.
Yeah, it was one of those, it's like, man, you could really find, it's like Kenny from South Park. They've run out of ways to kill him.
Well, a satellite just fall down.
Yeah. In fairness, they stopped doing that after like season 4, and like actually no, it might have been season 6 because they permanently killed him for a season, and then they brought him back.
Yeah. But I guess there's only so many people in the Screen Actors Guild, right?
Yeah.
We're running out. Who we got left? Who's that guy that just shot someone with a prop gun? Yeah, we'll get him.
No, they've already did him in Team America.
Fine.
Yeah, they did him in Team America. Head of the Film Actors Guild. Yeah.
Yeah, but we won't. So leave that there.
Yeah.
Oh boy.
Yeah, I'm regretting saying that now. But anyway, let's move on.
Right.
Segue.
Yes, I don't know how to segue into this next one, but we do have a big question, courtesy of Menthy. But we got to do the song. All right, and we're all going to do it. I'm going to give you a countdown. We're going to go 3, 2, 1 and start. So, and we're going to do the big. All right, and then let's do it. All right, sorry. 3, 2, 1. Big question. It's a bloody bug.
We tried.
No, that's it. We did it. Yay! So, Menthy, what do you got for us?
My big question, it's a bit of an obscure one. What is your favourite cover song within a game? So it is inside a game, a song that is covered by a character, it can be a popular song, it can be a song from another game, whatever it can be. I'll start with mine. I actually have a bit of a two-parter because Bioshock Infinite for me is incredible. The score in the entire Bioshock series, I've got the Bioshock 1 entire score on vinyl, and I'll actively just listen to it because I can. Within the game, one of the key points where you can walk straight past this person without even realizing, but there's a Creedence Clearwater Revival Fortunate Son cover, and it's literally in the absolute chaos of Colombia being absolutely destroyed. There's civil war going on. There's just this woman dressed in pure white just sitting in the middle of a section that you walk past that is just singing this song. And I at first walked past it and was like, wait a minute, I know that song. Straight up turned around and just sat there and just it played out. And for me, it was just incredible. My second two-parter, and I'm sorry if I steal this off someone else, but The Last of Us 2, when Ellie pulls up the guitar and does a cover of Take On Me, it's just... Ashley Johnson has, dare I say, a voice of an angel. She just does that cover so bloody well. And I could just listen to it just for the sake of listening to it.
For me, going back to Bioshock Infinite, basically at the very start of the game, you're just walking through the town, everything's calm, just more exploring the world, and if you find the right area, there's four boys just singing on like a...
It's a barbershop quartet.
Thank you, I couldn't think of the word. Barbershop quartet standing on a floating balloon thing, and they're singing the Beach Boys' God Only Knows, and you just sit there and it's just so soothing and calming to listen to. I love it.
I may not always love you.
Spot on.
There are stars above you. You know what? I actually don't have... Like, I sat back and tried to think of cover songs. Like, I can pinpoint some really good uses of songs in video games, but I can't actually think of any characters in video games doing cover songs. And I like before the show, Natty sent me a list of them just to jog my memory, and I'm going through. I go, haven't played Bioshock, haven't played Last of Us because I don't have a PlayStation, and I've gone. I have not played any of these games on this list, but I'm going to steal Blues from chat because I didn't remember it until he said it.
That's good.
In Guardians of the Galaxy, Star-Lord... I don't know why I paused there. My mind just went... Star-Lord singing Don't Worry, Be Happy.
Oh, that's so good.
Yeah. Also, just on a side note, when you start that game, you play as young Peter Quill before he gets abducted. And there is a whole metal album that they've done for this game by a fictitious band called Star-Lord. And like you can sit on his bed at the start and read the liner notes of the cassette tape and
that's
get the lyrics. Cool. So yeah, I just want to put that out there because that is amazing. It's the start of the game, Raven. It's not a spoiler.
Have you thought of something, Flexi?
I have. Some people may or may not agree with me on this one, but I like it, so fight me. Cyberpunk 2077, Never Fade Away. The female vocals or samurai cover that was used in the trailer also plays in the final credits. And I've heard the original, the one that they made for the song, the original metal one that actually had Keanu doing the vocals for. Which is, but, you know, I prefer melodic metal, metal that actually has, I'm not going to say substance to it because that's really going to piss someone off if I say that. Oh, metal has substance! Yep, so does, water, but that doesn't taste like it. I just think it's like, if you actually understand the story and what the song's about, it just makes you feel... I don't know. I remember seeing it before, like when they dropped the final trailer before the game actually came out, before it was the, house fire shit show that it was. Like, that was the one time out of all of the trailers that I've seen. I remember saying it on stream because we were watching it before it came out on stream with Pete and a few others, and I said, this trailer is the first time I've actually had goosebumps and a sense of feeling that this game actually has as like a feeling story to it, something that's actually going to make you want to come back and go, hey, that's this is why I feel for these people. This is why I'm invested in this character. And there's just not not a lot of games out there that do that. And people give Cyberpunk a lot of shit because it was buggy, it was this, it was that. But it's like, if you actually just play the game, listen to the music, listen to every little bit in it, it's to a degree, like, at least in my opinion, and I don't read because I can't. I don't get a lot of books through me. I assume you eat them, right? I don't know.
That's how you absorb the knowledge of the book, yeah.
Nom.
Why would you just look at it? You're just going to see it and go, now I'm looking at something else. Do I absorb the disc? No, I have to eat the disc. Therefore, that's how it works. But, I digress. The story, I don't read a lot, but, I watch a lot of movies, I watch a lot of TV, and, I listen to, documentaries and shit while I'm working or doing something. Not a lot of single-player games make me want to actually sit down and finish them. Like Far Cry 6, I'm about a third of the way through, and I look at it on my desktop and go, that was a cool way to spend $98. But then, I'm still going to reinstall Cyberpunk in about 6 months or so, or when the first lot of DLC comes through, and I'm going to play it through again, regardless of bugs. I'll take another path. But that song, every time I hear that song, I just think back to just the decisions I made in the game, and also what was happening to me personally around that time with the whole weight loss procedure and all the shit I was feeling then. And it's like, yeah, that's it. That's the song that was right then and there, I guess, for, without getting all fucking melodramatic, probably one of the more life-changing parts of my life to literally get it back. That was the one song that, funnily enough, played on my phone when I was lying in bed in hospital. I was like, man, I got nothing to listen to. I'll just put this on, put my phone down. I was like, this is nice, as I'm downing morphine like it's going out of fashion. The morphine probably helped. I feel pretty good about that too, but...
Hey, it's on the house, right?
Yeah.
Exactly! Well, no, this was a private procedure. It's very much not on the house, but I'm fucking paying for what I can get. But no, that's mine, is Never Fade Away, the Samurai cover.
Natty, what have you got?
No, I have nothing.
Oh.
I tried to find stuff. I was going to cheap out and say Smash Bros, but I'm not even going to insult this discussion with that after Flexi's personal story there. That almost brought a tear to my eye.
I just want people to know that I have substance behind this receding hairline. I'm not all jokes and crass things, besides what's printing on my printer right now. It's
yeah, no, it was really hard for me because... Obviously, we're talking about covers of songs, so we're looking at licensed music, and all the examples I could think of were the actual original artist playing it rather than a character playing it. So, sorry.
It was a bit of an obscure one.
Yeah, no, it was really good. I was cheating before and asked Reddit, and they've given me nada, although they've given me the funniest thing I've ever seen in my entire life. If you haven't seen it before, there's on VR chat, somebody went on there as Waluigi and sung Hallelujah, and it's the funniest thing I have ever seen.
I'll accept that.
You'll accept that? It was in VR chat, so it counts.
Hey, send me the link quickly, Natty. I need to see this.
Is
all
it
right,
safe?
let me send it.
Oh yeah,
because
it's safe for potty.
Yes, I think so.
Okay.
Maybe.
Probably has to be one of the two things that's ever come out of that. That could be safe for podcast or just general consumption together.
Especially out of VR chat.
Yeah.
All right, hang on. Let's make it so everybody can see it. So apologies to you guys that are here with me. You won't be able to hear it, but everybody on stream will be able to hear it. So
I've unmuted the stream.
Okay. Oh, hang on. I need to unmute that.
Okay, I'm need someone to sing it to. Cantor, come here. I'm going to serenade you. Yeah. You ready?
Yeah, I'm ready. Go.
Okay. Ready?
Yeah, I'm ready. Go.
Okay.
Oh God.
Ready? I heard there was a secret wine, that David wine, and it is the wine, but you don't really care for music, do wine. It goes like this, the wine, the minor wine, the major wine, the Pepper King composing Waluigi. Waluigi. Waluigi.
Oh, this is great.
I was going to make you a laugh first thing in the morning.
Okay, I'm going to stop it there. But there's another 53 seconds of that. I'm going to pop that link in
just all
chat because
cackling after so
that is
good.
amazing. So if anybody wants to watch it, there's the link. Go for it. Go nuts.
Oh man, that's funny.
Oh.
Heartfelt songs. One of the saddest songs in the world.
Oh, that's great.
I hope that brought a little bit of joy to everybody.
That's good.
so
I like
good.
that.
Game On Legends!
Yes!
You have found us, you are here, you are watching our shit. Sorry. No, look, if for some ungodly reason you do really love it, click subscribe. It means that you get notifications and stuff when we upload more of this gear. So, yeah. I mean, that's really it.
We have a heap of stuff going up all the time, so
Yeah.
make sure you don't want to miss any of it.
I mean, you know, it won't put food on the table. We get that. It's not going to earn you money watching our things. It'll earn us money. We're not even monetized yet.
No, we're not. That's how bad it is.
But, I don't know, mate. Just do us a solid, I guess.
Please.
Cheers.
Cheers.